It's approximately 1 o'clock on 2/9. We're going into manhole number 1. We'll also send you a site map. And that way you'll have a description of what we're recording for you on the storm drain sewer. I'll pause it for a minute. Okay, we are now getting ready to hand Jim the end of the snake to put down the storm drain, and I'll try to narrate as we go. All right, Jim, here you go. Slowly. We had just finished a pretty torrential rain, and what we're seeing right here is just normal debris. The bottom of the pipe, leaves, and so on and so forth. I'm trying to keep an eye on it, and we're looking for gaps in the storm drain pipe. And then, of course, once we get to the end, we're going to start pulling it back this direction a little bit slower. So we're just going to leave it recording for right now. About what size is that pipe, Jim? Okay. It's approximately a 16-inch, storm drain, and we're headed down to what I'm gonna call the drain number 3, which is the one closest to the edge of the front parking lot. I believe right now that the clear dot that you see in front of you is the sunlight coming through the storm drain at catch basin number 3. Spatter's not going. Pull it back and then push it. Pull it back and push it real fast. There you go. You're less than 5 feet away from it. You're getting close. No, you're close, but you need to pull it back, pull back quite a bit, and then really jam it. There you go. That's how you do it. They're so close, it's not even funny. Okay. Jim, if that's as far as you can go?
Yeah.
Okay, let's stop right there. I'm going to try to pull this back some where I can narrate, and then we'll start reeling back slowly. So as you pull it out, I'll start reeling it up inside the machine. All right, go back real slow, Jim. We're going to start inspecting the pipe. We're going to start coming back super slow now at this point. We're trying to inspect the bottom of the pipe, make sure there's no gaps, no breaches. One second. I don't like to come out real fast there. Alright, here we go. Hold on, Jim. Okay. We may have to inspect this once we get back to the shop. Try to re-narrate. Nice and slow, Jim. So far we're seeing algae and debris in the bottom of the pipe, nothing major. Excuse me. Appears to be a galvanized pipe. At one point it was coated in tar. That's why we're not seeing a lot of rust right now. The debris that we did see was very minimal. Shake the end of the camp. Just kind of shake it, Jim. Okay. Try to do that on occasion, and that keeps the camera level in my window. All right. So far, nothing is jumping out at us. You can see a little bit of debris, and like I said, we just probably got about an inch of rain this morning. It is Monday. Once we get done cameraing this one line, this is one of two that we'll have to camera to the third point on the property where it exits. We'll be inspecting where these manholes are put together and re-grout as needed. Slow down, Jim. Everything still looks good. And unfortunately, the next camera that we do, or the third camera, hold right there, stop, go back a little bit. All right, come back to me slowly. There's a little bit of rock there, but I think that's just debris from the parking lot, I hope. Let's see. Stop right there. That's a leave. Come on back a little bit. A little bit. Okay. Come on back. I think that's just regular leaves and debris. I don't see a breach in the pipe. There is quite a bit sitting in the bottom. Right there. Come on back. Just leaves and debris. Well, hold on, go back in. All right, stop. Pull back a little bit. Okay. Quite a bit of debris right there, but with a good torrential rain, I believe most of this will come on out. All right, you're back in the manhole at this point. All right, hold it right there for a minute. All right, there's the end of Jim's feet where he's down at the bottom of the hole. I'll stop right there, and I'm gonna pause it. Okay, we're down in location number 3. What you're looking at right now is the light from the last location that we were viewing, which is, I'm going to call manhole number 1 to manhole number 3. Jim, show me the second inlet coming into this before it leaves the property, the big pipe. That's the one that Jim will be walking down. If I had to guess, that's close to a 60-inch pipe, 48 to 60 inch. And then show me after, this is like an underground retention pond, if you will, because look at the outlet size leaving the pond. What's the dimensions of that, Jim? Roughly. Don't measure, just tell me. It's approximately a 12 by 12 leaving this area. So when all this water comes rushing in, it's kind of like an underground vault, and this is the outlet. Can you kind of go up in there a couple of feet, Jim, on the outlet leaving the property? And it's headed down Henry Cloward Boulevard. Completely underwater because it's still flowing. Okay. Well, go ahead and pull it out. I mean, it's flowing good. There's nothing in the way now. Jim is starting to remove some of the debris. Hold on one second. Okay. Jim is up inside this large pipe, about 184 feet from what we're calling location number 3. Probably not going to be able to see a whole lot because all he has is this, he's got a pretty bright LED flashlight and the lights that are on the end of this camera. If there's anything to diagnose when he comes out, we'll turn the camera back on and talk about it. I guess right now he's kind of looking around, inspecting. Maybe a gap there he's showing us. I'm not quite sure. We'll have to get him to narrate this when he comes out. I'm going to pause it again until he does. Okay, Jim is right now in the number one spot. But we've been recording without audio for a minute. So he's in number one now. Approximately 194 feet out. Now, he should be starting to come back to the number 3 clean out. You're not going to see the counter change because he's actually got it in his hand and he's walking it. Alright, right here, if I have to look close, so there's a little separation in the pipe right there. It's not bad, it's not any voids, but that separation right there, we probably want to come back and probably take some hydraulic cement, dig the dirt out, and pack it and seal it. And that'll probably take care of it. It's not a real big void. It's probably about an inch, inch and a half. And it should have a wide steel band on the outside of that holding it together. Usually those bands are 18 inches wide. Alright, he's starting to walk back at this point. He's already pulled all the debris out of the other manhole. He's continuing to walk back this direction with the camera in his hand. Alright, that's the second separation that he was talking about. Once he gets back this way, we'll try to understand what he's saying so we can get his bird's eye view on how big these separations are. Again, he had already explained to me that he wasn't really super concerned about it because of the wide bands around the pipe, and they do sometimes have gaps in them just where they're banded together. You can see the hole with the sunshine. That's where I'm standing. And he's slowly making his way back this way, make sure there's no other voids in the pipe. Do apologize for the background noise. We do have to have a generator out here working to run the equipment. And again, it's Monday, approximately 1:45, and it just finished raining. We got it well over an inch of rain this morning. I figured that would be the best time to do this inspection is right after rain, so we can see how much debris is in the pipe. Got another void right there, hole that he's pointing out. All right. How far are you out? Jim? Let's take a look at the camera and see how much further he is away. Looks like he's still walking this direction. Probably about 10 feet out. Maybe 15. You start to see the daylight coming at the end of the hole. How far are you away? Okay. Jim is continuing to inspect the pipe. The distance on this thing can be very deceiving. I asked him a minute ago how far he was, and he said he was about 60 feet. So at this point, he's probably 30. Probably 25, 30 feet there. I don't know. He should be out in just 1 second, and he can explain what he found, why he was down inside the pipe. Jim, I'm still recording up here. I'm still recording. I need you to come up here and kind of give an explanation of this. What'd you find, 2 or 3 areas?
3 areas.
All right, just leave the camera down. I'll bring it up here. I got the ladder. Okay. Stand right there, son.
Alright, first scene, you see some damage over there where that's coming together.
That's right. And move over this way. Alright, Jim. Let's go.
When the first seam came together, you can see some damage in the first one where there's a lot of dirt that's coming through. You probably got about a 2 or 3 inch gap where the pipe comes through. You get an opening like that around the bottom. Then at the second seam, you don't have as bad as the problem, but you do have some gaps in there where water could be escaping. After that, the pipe kind of takes a 45, more like a 30-degree angle. Then the third seam is okay, and then the fourth seam you have the same amount of not as much, but it gets better as the further we come back to this manhole. The rest of the seams look really good. There was one area probably about 65 feet from the back past manhole where the video of it, where I think it was damage due to when they installed it. You can see where there's a big dent up about 4 feet up in the pipe. Other than that, everything's flowing.
Now again, when I was talking earlier, there are bands that you put on the outside of those pipes, and a lot of times those bands are 18 to 24 inches wide where they band them together. So even though there's a void, doesn't mean that any dirt or anything is being washed out.
Escaping. No, it does not mean that.
Didn't appear to be that way.
Didn't appear that way. The pipe was still, the water was still flowing through the pipe.
It was just debris down there.
Correct.
Okay. The only way to double check that is to go in there with a shop vac, pull the dirt out, and then probably lay some fast setting hydraulic cement down the bottom and seal the pipe just to double check. But at this point, there doesn't look to be any voids or sink areas in the parking lot except for right here at number 3. I'm going to stand back with the camera, even though I'm not talking into it. But if you look around, you can see where a lot of this water is really not making it into this area. And when the parking lot is redone, we suggest that this area be saw cut out and built up properly to where the water will divert down into the storm system instead of sitting here like this. Hopefully you can see this well enough. Kind of holding this in my hand so it's not really clear, but we'll mark it on the map as well. All right, we're done with this. We've got some debris to clean out. Not a lot, but did you check, Jim, the inside down here to make sure that it looks like it's all cast, but around the